Hey guys, I want to show you something that genuinely shocked me. Now, over the past few weeks, you've probably noticed it too. Politicians arguing back and forth about housing. Who built more? Who invested more? Who's actually doing a better job for Aussies? And recently, Jim Chalmers came out with a pretty bold claim that this government is building more homes than the last one, that housing investment has actually turned around, and that progress is finally being made. Now look, this is not a political video. I'm not here to pick sides. I don't care who's red or who's blue, whatever. I don't care who you vote for. What I do care about is numbers. I care about reality. I care about data. And I care about whether what's being said actually matches what Aussies are living through right now. So in this video, I'm going to do something very simple. I'm going to show you exactly what politicians are claiming, and then we're going to check it against real numbers. No headlines, no spin, no opinions, just public data, just a few charts. And once you see them, you can decide for yourself whether they're telling the truth or whether they're dressing things up to look better than they really are. So stick with me, because the last chart in this video generally pissed me off, and I've got a feeling it's probably going to annoy you too. So let's start where Jim Chalmers started. He shared this infographic. You might have seen it. Now, under Labor, housing investment is up 6.5% year on year. Under the previous government, it was down 3.6%. Now, on the surface, that looks like a clean win. More investment sounds like more homes. More homes should mean better affordability. And to be fair, this chart isn't fake. The growth rate has improved. But here's where my brain immediately hits pause. If investment has improved this much, why does the housing crisis still feel worse? Why do first-home buyers feel further behind? Why are rents at record highs? Why does every inspection still feel like a battle? Because if this investment was translating cleanly into homes, we'd feel it by now. So the question isn't, is investment up? The real question is, what did that investment actually produce? So let's go one layer deeper. This next chart tracks dwelling investment over time. Just focus on the blue line. Labor comes into power around mid-2022, and yes, from that point, investment does improve. It's coming off a very weak period in 2020 and 2021, so the rebound looks strong. But here's the detail that rarely gets mentioned. Even now, investment is still below the 2021 peak and well below earlier cycle highs. What Jim Chalmers is really doing here is comparing today to a very bad starting point. So yes, the direction has improved, but the level is still nothing special. And again, this matters because investment is just the input. Australians don't live in investment charts. They live in real houses. So if investment is the input, then completions are the output, which brings us to the chart that actually matters. Now look at this. Here, we are comparing dwelling investment with actual dwelling completions. Dark line, money going in. Light green line, this is homes being finished. And this is where the story completely breaks. Investment has lifted, but completions have not followed. They're flat. In some periods, they're worse than years ago. So despite all the money being spent, the number of homes Australians can actually move into hasn't meaningfully increased. And this is critical because this government didn't just promise spending. They promised 1.2 million homes by 2029. You don't hit that target with higher investment growth rates. You hit it by finishing more houses faster. This is why Andrew Bragg's comment lands. Because when you cut through the noise, life hasn't actually gotten easier for anyone. Rents are still incredibly tight. Supply is still constrained. Affordability has not improved. So both sides are technically correct, but only one metric actually affects your life, and that is completions. This is where people start feeling gaslit, because the government points to charts and says, look, things are improving. But Aussies look around and think, then why does nothing feel better? And I think the answer is very simple. We've focused heavily on demand-side solutions. Schemes, incentives, subsidies. But the supply side is still broken. Builders have gone bust. Construction costs have spiked. Projects take longer and cost more to deliver. So even when money flows in, homes don't always flow out. That's the bottleneck. And until completions rise, not investment headlines, this crisis doesn't ease. If you're a first-home buyer, this explains why things feel so hard. It's not just interest rates, it's not just competition. It's the simple fact that we are not adding enough homes to the system. Now, if you're an investor or thinking about becoming one, this data should also explain a lot. It explains why rents keep rising, why vacancy rates stay tight, why tenant demand feels relentless. This isn't because investors are hoarding housing, it's because the system isn't building enough of it. And here's the uncomfortable truth people don't like to say out loud. Investors are actually needed right now. Not mega investors with 20 properties, but everyday Australians, doctors, nurses, tradies, small business owners who can help fund new housing. When investors build, buy, and rent out homes, they're adding supply where the government clearly is not keeping up. So yes, this situation is very bad for society. It's bad that home ownership feels out of reach for so many Aussies. But in the world we're actually living in, not the one politicians talk about, investors play a critical role in keeping roofs over people's heads. And right now, the data is telling us loud and clear, if more supply is going to show up, it's going to need private capital to help deliver it. So I'll leave it with you. Do these charts match what you're seeing on the ground? Does it feel like more homes are being built where you live, or does it feel like we're still talking about progress while the problem quietly gets bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I generally want to hear them. As always, this is your daily property update, your 5 to 7 minute breakdown of what's really happening in the Australian property market so that you can become a property insider. Hit like and hit subscribe so you never miss a video. Remember, I do these videos every single day. And just recently, I did break down the Senate inquiry into the housing crisis. Go ahead and click the link to watch that video right now.